The rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll run. It's Rashard Smith. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, Woo, lady! Yellow. Attack!
Here's Mahomes to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
The penalties don't usually hurt as much as that one does. That is a monster gain wiped out by the flag.
And you and I both know that an offense only gets a couple of those big moments in a normal game. You've got to take advantage of them. When you give one away because of an avoidable penalty, that's a major disadvantage. Just steals away every bit of momentum you just generated with that play.
Mahomes now to throw. That's laid out deep for Rice. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked up by Malachi Starks. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
You see him.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. Oh, fighting off the defender. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brooks. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11th. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Here's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 6 yards away. And the Ravens are on the board here first in the season opener. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
It's 2nd and 2.
Mahomes going to change things up. Second down and inches. Mahomes will do it himself. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Intended for Rasheed Rice. Incomplete. Jake Wiggins on the cover.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Clock, yellow. Color.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Yellow. Riblet.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 51 yards. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with 1st and 10. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 25-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
34 yards. And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 25.
Up the middle with Brooks here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jonathan Brooks, 25 yards to the house. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hey, 57, 57. Attack, attack.
Now Mahomes. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it in without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. And Xavier Worthy, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses happen their way so far, so maybe the question isn't, who's going to score the most points in this game? Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Overshot him, and it's incomplete. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal.
This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They begin with a run by Smith. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The pass game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9.
Fall down these two. Fall down these two. Hey, 43. Attack, attack. Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. LeJonte Wester, 34 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. An extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Attack, attack. 180. Yellow, yellow.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yellow.
A give to Smith out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Michael Walker there to bring him down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 10.
Ripley. Come back.
They'll set up to throw. This goes to the former Raven, Marquise Brown. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Easy.
Back to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense has other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Right on these two. Yellow. Hey, Sunday. Hey, Ripley. Hey, 43, 15.
He'll drop to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Mahomes again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Yellow. There's a line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Now he's going to step up and run. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson. seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football, so instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
On 3rd down, they go with Brooks.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a pickup of 3 on the play, but with it, time has run out on the first half of play. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Ravens.
It's all about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Hey, good play, good play. Yellow, yellow, yellow. 180. Right side.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Mahomes will do it himself. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
15. Yellow. I've got blue lady. Right side.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Mike Green. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yep. On Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Hey, 57, 57 colors, 57 colors. Right back.
They'll drop the throw. That is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
It's fielded at the 45. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They go play action with Jackson. Able to push his way through. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Jonathan Brooks, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and through. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Tyler Luke to kick off
after the touchdown. Loop back out to kick this one away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Yellow, yellow. Argyle, I don't need to. Hey, 43.
Mahomes now to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, 15. Attack. Attack. 15.
They'll look to throw here. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Out of the coverage, we just saw a break out on 3rd down. Dive defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Yellow. 15. Hey, 43, 15.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Chiefs. First down.
Hey, Ridley.
First and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got him in. It's Brown. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Attack.
Now here's Mahomes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Brooks.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
99 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Jackson. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Yellow, yellow. Argo blue, yellow. Right side.
Mahomes going to throw. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
15. Hey, yellow, go gun.
They go play fake. Mahomes. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's going deep for Brown.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ballgame. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, 57 color.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Yellow.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chiefs 1st down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Attack!
Now Mahomes. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Yellow.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Chiefs, 27.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. Here's Smith to return it. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 15. Yellow.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
Now Mahomes going to shift him around.
A gain of 22 yards. And the 1st down, the Chiefs.
15.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. There goes a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Inside handoff, Smith. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Come back! Hey, son, I'm alive! Hey, 57, 50.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, Rip. Let's go, Lou, 80. 15. 15, yellow. 43. Attack. Where's that?
Looking to throw. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge.
There he goes, right side.
He's to the 20.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Jonathan Brooks with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that is incomplete.
And now a pause as they tend to an injured player. And, boy, that, you got to hope this is minor. That's Patrick Mahomes who's in some discomfort out there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Once again, it's Brooks. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
They're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They work now on 2nd and 9. The play-action fake. They look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Brooks. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The CD always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close